Get him, boy. Get him. Get him, boy. Get that groundhog. Get him, boy. Gonna get him? I think he's over here. Hey, I think he's over here. Get him, boy. Get that groundhog. Get him, boy. Get him, boy. Come here. Come here. You gonna get you a groundhog today, buddy? Good boy. Get him. Go get him. Get him, boy. Guys, welcome to the Stony Ridge Farm. That's Buddy. If you don't know who Buddy is, there he is. His hips are doing better. Welcome to the farm. Gonna be an awesome day here. We're gonna have some fun. We've got guests coming in, special guest. We've got just a lot of cool stuff to do today. I've been out on the farm working, most of the day. Cut a little bit of firewood so we could split some wood. We're going to do a little wood splitting today. It's going to be a fairly long live stream. I hope you guys are down with a little conversation and some fun. We're streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, and the Cows and Coffee YouTube channel also. Guys, if you want to see more live streams like this, go to Cows and Coffee and subscribe. There's a link right up there on the regular YouTube channel, right up at the top of the chat. Click it, go to it, subscribe to it, right click it, open a new window, and subscribe to it. We're going to do a lot more live streams here on the farm, and I'm already doing them on Facebook. We're live on Facebook too. Typically, we're doing 4 and 5 live streams with the cows on the farm on Facebook every week. So be sure you jump in and participate. I'd love to have you guys. That's our housekeeping for the day. Big shout out to all the channel members here on the channel. I really appreciate all you guys, all your support, all your help. If not for you guys watching the channel, we wouldn't have a farm here. And I'm telling you, that's the God's honest truth. There would not be a farm. Okay. You guys are asking about the TYM tractor. Remember, the video came out last Thursday and I said it's going to take almost a month to figure out what's wrong with it. Well, stick around. I found out some stuff. I got a phone call. I think it was last week. It might have been the week before last, but this is real life, right? So everything doesn't happen magically and instantly like it does on Hot Rod Television. And I love those shows, but it doesn't magically happen. All of a sudden, I don't have a new engine for my Ferrari sitting in my living room, if you get my drift. So I'd like to recognize all you guys that are in here early. Dave, Leslie, Jerry, Susie, Steve, Philip the Wise, good moderator in here. Michael Blum is a channel member. Thank you, buddy. Mike, Brandon, Eternity. Do you have a gym tractor? TYM tractor. Been so long since I watched the channel. I apologize. How long has it been since you watched the channel, buddy? Lord have mercy. Berlin Valley Stables from Ohio in the house. So without further ado, guys, we're actually going to be bringing in, well, first of all, let me show you what we have and what we're going to unbox today. This is a wood splitter. This is the first of its kind. This is a wood splitter that I had some influence over the construction of, which is I'm super, super proud of. Good friends, American made, good friends at Logox, and Austin from Logox, who I think is the president of Logox, is going to come in and talk with us a little bit today about what it takes to make something like this. But first, we're going to open it up. We're standing out here at the Mega Shop. Let me get my tripod all set up. Buddy is on the hunt, just so you guys know. He's on the hunt for a mysterious groundhog. Right now, he's eating grass so he can throw up later. Hey, bud. Let's not eat grass, okay? That's funny. Where's your Badger milk? We're running a piece of equipment today, so here's my Badger's milk. We are going to start doing Wednesday night. Do you guys want Wednesday night live streams to come back? We're going to start doing Wednesday night lives. I would love to do that again. So that's got to be a tractor. It's a wood splitter. It's a wood splitter. There's a lot of stuff going on. We're going to take you around and show you some equipment and stuff, so stick around to the end of the video. This is going to be an hour-long, at least an hour-long video. Good stuff. Get ready to ask questions because you're going to learn today. You're going to be learning what the research and development process is for building something like this. And my plan is, I've got some wood in the back of the Honda side-by-side here. And my plan is to split some wood. We're going to open it, put a little gas in it, and split some wood. First of all, I commend Logox on their crate. Holy cow. I have already taken out, hold on, let me show you. That many screws in that crate. So not only will we have enough wood to build a chicken coop, we'll have all the screws to build one too. Favorite PTO tool? Woods Batwing mower. Absolutely. So you guys are going to watch me undo this real quick while we chat a little bit. The weather on the farm is absolutely gorgeous. Woke up this morning, 59 degrees, 58 or 59. Man, you can't complain about 58 or 59 degrees at all. Here's just the amount of screws that I've taken out in the last few seconds. Favorite PTO tool? Well, that would be the Woods Batwing. It's not really a favorite, it's just the most useful tool. Really, I mean, it just honestly is the most useful tool on the farm. There's a lot of wood here. And really a smarter person than myself would be stacking this on a cart of some sort. Hang on, let me go in here and get a cart. I've got a million carts in the shop. It would be smart to put it on the cart. All right. Oh, here's a cart that I can't get to. We're going to run right over this whiteboard. Oh, here it comes. You guys will be able to hear me pretty good, even though you can't see me. And I'm coming back, I promise. Oh, yeah. Now we're rocking the cart. Now, what did I do with that piece of wood? I've lost my mind. Yeah. Comments might be frozen right now. Hang on. Is it PTO driven? No, it's not PTO driven. I would not want a PTO driven log splitter. That would... Not when you could put I think this has a 12 horsepower motor on it. Why in the world would I want to put hours on my tractor for something that only requires 12 horsepower? No way. No way. Now, hydraulically driven by the tractor? Heck yeah, that'd be cool. But this is a self-contained unit. Most of the time when you're going into woods and you're splitting wood, you're going to be hauling this behind a four-wheeler or a side-by-side or a pickup truck. And you can pull it down the road. I've not seen it. This is the first time, so I have not seen it. Austin is waiting, it looks like, in the waiting room. So I want to let you guys talk to Austin just a little bit too. You have one. Says, I've got a chipper for sure. So let's bring Austin in. Austin, let's see if I can figure this out. Add. And
hey, Josh,
bam.
Good evening. How we doing?
Guys, Austin, can you hear me, buddy?
I can. How you doing?
You know what's awesome? I can't hear you.
Oh, really?
You know, can anybody else hear Austin? That's the good question. You guys let me know. Can you hear Austin? Because I might have to get my... unplug my microphone, my fancy microphone here. Hold on. Let's see what that does. Now speak.
How's that going?
Bam!
A little better?
We got you.
All right.
Oh,
all right.
Man. $500. Not using it.
All right. Now we're cooking with grease. All right.
Boom. Cool. Well, let's introduce everybody to a veteran of our U.S. military, U.S. Armed Forces. This is Austin from Logox. Austin, are you the president of Logox, or is your
general? Yeah, I'm the GM. I'm the general manager.
Okay. Now
so I was one of the co-founders of the company when I got out of the Army in 2016 with my mom and dad, and yeah, we've been going strong ever since.
Awesome. Guys, me and Austin met at a show called Homesteaders of America. You still go to that show every year?
Yeah, we sure do. We've been sponsors of it. We've gone to every single one of them, and we're going to be back this year again too. We're going to be bringing that log split you get right behind you to the show. And
Oh,
unfortunately, they won't let us run it there because of the noise and everything else. But we're going to have it there to show folks how it works.
really? A homesteaders convention won't let you do a product demo of a log splitter?
Yeah, no, yeah, something about the. I think it's actually not their call. I think it's actually the fairgrounds call. They won't let you like do running machinery and stuff like that. So it's every different kind of venue have their own rules and stuff. So
Yeah, interesting. That's
yeah,
cool. Well,
yeah. But we'll
maybe
have
we.
it there. People can take a look at it, and we'll be showing off also our forestry tools and everything else. So
Nice. Maybe you can put in
yeah,
a link.
2017 wasn't it? Like that. I think it was like one of the first ones I had. It was I think it was their first
Yeah,
one in Front Royal
I think it was the
when
first
they
one.
moved it to Front Royal. Yeah.
Yep. Yep. Absolutely. It was my first time being there. I walked out, got out of the car, and I was like, oh my. They're like, Stony Ridge, woo, woo. And I was like, what in the world have I stepped into?
I
Everybody
had no
knows
idea who
me.
you were. I'll be honest.
Well, we were introduced by Doug from Off Grid with Doug and Stacy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you
Yeah.
still talk with Doug? You still work with
Yeah.
Doug? Okay.
I talk to him from time to time. He's a busy guy though. I haven't seen him in a while. I saw him at Homesteaders 2 years ago, I think.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw him and Stacy over there.
I may have been there too. I think I had lunch with them in their.
Yeah, it was like 2 years ago, I think.
Cool. Awesome. Well, hello, Andrew. Thank you so much for that super chat, buddy. Andrew sent a $2 super chat. Thanks, man. Dave says you can run one here. So you can't see the comments. Can you see the comments going
I
through?
can't. No, I'm unfortunately. Yeah.
It'd be interesting if you could. Well, guys, right now.
Oh, wait a second. No, this is my first time using this app. I clicked over to comments and there it is.
Bam. Cool. So what's going on here? Oh, this thing's fussing at me. Hang on one second.
Okay.
My center of gravity on my gimbal is off now because I've removed the microphone. Stand by 1 second. We got technical difficulty. I'm new. I'm new at this. I've only been doing it for 10 years. There we go. So, guys, right now, I'm going to let you, while I open this a little bit, I'm going to let you get a little question and answer about LogOx and to Austin about what it takes to build this. And Austin, you can kind of tell folks who the other folks are that helped this along, who give you feedback, who told you what they looked for in a quality wood splitter, and the research and development process. I think it's interesting. If you guys want to geek out on what it takes to build a piece of equipment, I'm gonna let Austin take it, and I'm gonna start unboxing this thing, and I'm gonna go get a LogOx too. I got one right over here.
There you go. Yeah, so as as Josh kind of mentioned, I'm one of the co-founders of a company called LogOx. We make the 3-in-1 forestry multi-tool. It's what we're most known for. We basically took a pretty old idea of a cant hook, a timberjack, and combined that with an idea we had for a way of lifting log rounds onto a log splitter without bending over and hurting your back. And we combined all that together and created the LogOx 3-in-1 forestry multi-tool, which most people know us for these days. I was at a show over in Bangor, Maine, about a year ago, and we've known Matt Timmons and the folks over at Timberwolf really since we got into this industry. We met them early on, and and was talking with him about the idea of selling some of their log splitters on our website. And as we got to talking, we kind of came up with the idea that, hey, what if we just sort of created our own log splitter? Instead of just taking the ones that they already had. And if we were going to do that, what would that actually look like? And so when we first started off, we sat down and kind of identified some of the areas, just like we did with the with the LogOx 3-in-1 forestry multi-tool, or our WoodOx Sling, which is sort of the ergonomic firewood carrier we came up with, or the Hearth Bin, which is a adjustable firewood rack. We sat down, and because we heat with firewood, I've been splitting firewood, with my mom and dad in our home in New England, first in New Hampshire, then Vermont, since I was probably about 5 years old. So kind of same sort of idea. What are the things that we like about the I-beam log splitter that we have? What are the things we don't like about it? And then, how can we recruit folks that we know, like Josh, who do that themselves, who have experience within the industry, and kind of bring them in to create a design advisory board. And so along with myself and my team, and of course Matt Timmons and his engineers over at Timberwolf, We brought in Josh here, Stony Ridge Farmer, but Dan from Back 40 Firewood, Joe from Ohio Woodburner, and then Gord from GP Outdoors. We brought those four gentlemen in into through this design advisory board to have them give us feedback about the things that they like about their log splitters and what they would do differently if they were to build one from the ground up, and sort of throw out the rule book, if you will. And our goal was to make sort of the ultimate log splitter that's somewhere between the typical I-beam splitter that you would see at a Home Depot or something like that, but this kind of quality that you would get with some of the commercial grade stuff that's out there. So that's what we did, and I see Josh is back there unveiling it right now. Hustling.
Hustling,
Um,
so many screws in here.
yeah. But yeah, no, that's a crate that actually there's a Amish gentleman down the street from Marathon, New York is where they're built. Everything that we build and sell, as you probably know, if you know our company, is made in the United States.
Wait,
And
wait. You don't use Chinese wood?
No, it's not bamboo. No.
What? Oh, good. That's good. He said not bamboo.
No, no. But yeah, no. So there's a Amish fellow who makes it. He's got a sawmill down the street from them, so he produces really nice lumber, and that's what they used to make their crates out of. So even the crates well made, which is nice. And yeah, what's kind of unique about this, that you see what Josh is doing there, is with this can be shipped right to your door. So and you'll see here in a minute the design of this. This comes off an XPO truck, and with a liftgate service, comes right to your door with the fluids that are going to be right there along with it in fluid containers, and then you just basically gas it up, and you're ready to start splitting firewood. There's nothing to assemble, and it's delivered right to your door, and we're going to be rolling that out here. I'll have to drop a link in the chat. We're doing right now. We've got a watch out.
Yeah.
Right now we've got a wait list set up, but we're going to be start doing a pre-sale, and then we're going to be bringing this thing to the Paul Bunyan show out in Ohio here at the beginning of October.
Tell them about the Paul Bunyan show. What is the Paul Bunyan show? Describe that to everybody, because I've never been.
Yeah, I mean the Paul Bunyan show is a lot of fun. We've been going to that both as vendors and as spectators really since we've kind of been in the industry, gotten into the industry. And so this year we're going to be teaming up with Timberwolf there, who are our manufacturing partners on this project, and sharing a booth with them. So they're gonna have their firewood process. So if you're familiar with Timberwolf and what they sell, they sell primarily large firewood processors. They used to be automated biomass. They purchased Timberwolf, which is a log splitter company out of Vermont, actually, a few years back, and they've kind of combined both businesses under the Timberwolf banner. And now we're proud to partner with them to make this. So we're going to be at that show with Matt and his whole crew there. He right now, he was going to join us on this, but he right now is traveling up to Green Bay, I believe, for a show they got up there right now, the Great Lakes Expo, I think.
You think he's going to make it?
I hope so.
Yeah. If he does, it'll show up down here, and I'll get him in.
Yeah, I hope so. I talked to him. He was actually on the road, but he's like, if I can pull over and find a safe spot to pull over, because he's pulling the trailer, so he's got to find a decent spot to pull over to be able to do that. So
yeah, Buc-ee's.
There you go. But yeah, no, it's a great show. I mean, everybody goes to it. All the log splitter processing companies. They had a thing called the firewood shootout. They kind of, at least they did. This was before COVID. It would be either a sawmill shootout or a firewood shootout, and basically racing log splitters against each other, or racing sawmills against each other. And I think it was 2018. I think it was. We teamed up with them. We were using a log ox. I was using a log ox hauler to feed their Alpha 6. Competing in that little shootout, so that was fun.
Nice. I've never been in a firewood splitting shootout. I've just been in one with the neighbors.
Yeah, right. It's pretty intense, and there's sort of like different weight classes too, right? So you have your firewood processors, the bells and you know, the Cord Kings, all these like large firewood processors. You got the kind of the heavyweight class, and then you've got, you know, the smaller log splitters, and so it's interesting. I hope they do it again here in the future.
Yeah, it's always fun to see some competition with chainsaws and firewood and things that can crush you and kill you. I like those. Those are good. Those are awesome.
Yeah.
Are you drinking coffee this late in the day, or is this water?
No, it's my thermos, just some water here.
Ah, nice. Man's got a thermos.
All right, I'm trying to read some of these comments here, catch up on some of these comments. So Big John asks, how many different products does Logox have now? So we've got kind of three primary products. We got the Logox forestry multi-tool, and then of course the hauler holster, the pick-ruin attachment, the Carryox bag to put it all in. We've got the sort of the forestry tool section of forestry tool assortment there. Then we also have our Woodox Sling, which is an ergonomic firewood carry, kind of goes across your body. And it's an ergonomic way of carrying firewood, and you put the firewood under your arm as opposed to kind of putting it on all in a bag to one side. And then we got the hearth bin, which is an adjustable firewood rack. So if you have a narrow hearth, the two sides adjust. And what's nice about that too is that in the summertime you can bring that out and put it on your patio and keep your patio nice and clean if you got a wood burning fire pit. So that's kind of the three main things that we've invented and have patents on and stuff. And we also sell. So we trademarked the slogan from harvest to hearth. And so basically the left and right limits of that is to harvesting firewood, doing stuff in the woods. So we've got partners with Big Tool Rack. We sell that product there. We sell, which is an attachment for your tractor to carry all your gear in. We've got Granberg International, the Alaskan Chainsaw Mill for people getting into the milling. Hudson, we sell some of their log mills and stuff. A variety of other things like that. And then our main products. And this is going to be sort of our first foray into building our own log splitters. We have a couple of different log splitters already on there from Swisher that we work with, and some variety of different power equipment from Swisher that's also American made. But everything we sell on our site's American made.
Yeah, we went out to Swisher back in the day, out in Missouri. Now, Swisher used to make the Logox, but now Swisher doesn't make the Logox anymore. You guys are still partnered up.
Yep.
Who makes the Logox now?
Yeah, we make it in South Carolina, a place called Jayco, contract manufacturing for us down in South Carolina.
Nice.
Yep.
So it's a Southern-made product.
It is, yeah.
Good.
Just south of your neck of the woods.
All of these Southerners will appreciate it's not a Yankee-made product. Okay.
Well, watch out! That log splitter is made in New York, so easy with the Yankee-made stuff. Yeah, it's me. Yeah, like you'll pace salsa ads. Yeah. No, it's made in upstate New York. It's made in real New York.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Ask any New Yorkers that there's a big difference between upstate and New York City for sure.
Well,
But yeah, the Logox and all the metal parts we have, that's all comes out of Jayco down in South Carolina.
Nice, dude. I think we're getting there. I think we got like one more piece here.
The big reveal here.
The big reveal, yeah, exactly. I thank you for enough wood to build a chicken coop, though. I mean,
there you go.
Eternity sends a $4.99 super chat. Thank you, man. Here's a half gallon of diesel. That's awesome. Well, Austin, so I'm not gonna. Ow! That hurt. I'm not gonna tow this thing anywhere. We're just gonna do it right here. It's gonna be a little off level, a little off camber, but that's okay.
Okay.
You asked me if I had a funnel, and I understand why now.
Mm-hmm.
I got a small gas can, so that'll work too.
There you go. Okay.
I'm going to show you guys how many screws is in this thing in a second, and you're going to be like, what? There's 2 pounds of screws in this. that guy that put it together, thank goodness he used screws, because sometimes when people put crates together, they'll use staples. What a pain in the butt, and you won't be able to reuse the wood.
Exactly, yeah.
So I'm all about being able to reuse something. That's a bonus right there.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got one screw sitting upright that I can stab myself in the foot. My buddy Wrangler Star would not like that.
Oof.
Dude,
So I got plague of badgers here. Say log ox. Are you looking at building a conveyor belt system to catch the split wood to put in a pile or trailer? Yeah, that's actually something that we're looking at doing in a similar fashion. So right now, Timberwolf does make a couple of different conveyor belts that they have. We had one of those. We were at the International Firewood Expo. That's the first place we rolled out the initial version of this. You may have seen some videos online. That was something that Joe from Ohio Woodburner put on for the first time ever. We rolled this out there, and we teamed up with Timberwolf to have one of their conveyor belts, and that was great. And you'll see when Josh gets this going, it is pretty handy to have. Either be throwing it into a truck, a trailer, or having a conveyor to get it in there, because you're going to make a lot of firewood pretty quickly.
I'm going to take
But that is
apart
something
my
we're looking
log
at.
ox, but
Yeah.
before I take it apart, and if you guys don't know about this, by the way, yeah, Rod is asking how much. You guys haven't set your price up just yet, your price structure, but I'm
Mhm.
sure you have a goal in mind.
Mhm.
This is not your cheapy Chinese garbage log wood splitter. It's just not a cheap wood splitter. So more details. People can go on your website, right, and sign up for updates.
Yeah, absolutely. So I unfortunately I'm not able to make a comment here in the chat, but if you go to the logox, thelogox.com
Yeah.
is our website, and just scroll down the page a little, you'll see a place to sign up for updates, get on the wait list.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Guys, this is called the Logox 3-in-1 forestry multi-tool. Is that what you call it?
Yes, sir.
This is not a QVC, by the way, and Logox is not paying me to show you this stuff. I think it's just cool, man, and it's helpful. I broke one of these out at Eustace Conway's place. You guys ever watched the Mountain Man TV show on the History Channel? Eustace is a good friend of mine. I actually introduced you to Eustace, and now
Yeah.
Eustace is the biggest fan of this because he's an older fellow. I think he's 70. I think he's 66. I think so. Not 70. Not quite as old as my dad. This, and my dad has one of these, is the multi-tool. This is a cant hook right here. It's a timber jack, so you grab the log and you jack it up and keep your saw out of the ground so the log would sit up here. And it's what we're getting ready to show you here. And these are the new updated, what do you call those, lich pins? What do you call those?
The swing lock pins.
Okay, yeah, those are the new updated ones. I'm going to chuck this. This is tough too, by the way. Watch. Bam. He's like, man, you're throwing my product.
No, I can take it. It's got a lifetime warranty on it.
Does it?
Yeah, it sure does.
Even if you run over it with your truck, is that covered?
Yeah, it's a lifetime warranty against manufacturer's defects. So I think that'd be you creating the defect. But you know what? The good thing of it is though, even if you were to say run over some of it, because it's so modular, you could just replace that piece.
Ah, nice. So this is the most handy piece that I use the most of all. This is what do you call this? Tell me what you call it.
That's the Logox hauler, and that's yeah. So it's two different things. It's the Logox hauler, which you'll see for picking up log rounds and lifting it onto the log splitter, and that's what that handle there that we embedded allows you to do. It creates that the ability to pick that up every single time, which a standard PV or cant hook couldn't do. And then by itself, it's a great just 21-inch cant hook for rolling smaller logs.
Yep.
If you're doing some smaller stuff, that's really all you need.
This is a back saver. Having two of these. I don't know if you guys have ever gotten up firewood. I'll tell you one thing. First of all, let's talk about firewood, and let's embrace firewood for a second. Embracing firewood. Thinking about, have you ever gotten a load of firewood up with your family? What are we doing in this country right now? What are we doing? We're pushing buttons. We're playing with tablets. We're going to the gym. I go to the gym still, even though I do this around here, but I like it's my social outlet. But you're going to the gym and we're getting on a treadmill. We're running up against the wall. Wow, I ran a mile. You're getting on the elliptical. Woo, it's great. Get in shape. I'm telling you right now, there is no better family bonding experience than getting up a load of firewood together. The kids, if they've never done it, they're 6, 5, 4, 8, 10, 12, 15, whatever. They're going to hate it if they've never done it before. But they're going to remember that for the rest of their lives. getting up firewood with dad, going out, cutting a deadfall tree, getting up firewood and enjoying fellowship by the fireplace with family, enjoying the fellowship of hard work. How many families nowadays get out and understand and love and enjoy and know the true meaning of fellowship and hard work? I mean, it really is something important. And
Yeah.
it's something that's missing in our society. You want your children, this is a rant. You want your children to embrace their own personality, and develop their own style, develop their own personality, develop their own work ethic. You want your child, you want your son or your daughter to feel good about themselves. And we've got an epidemic of depression in this country because young people aren't getting out and doing stuff like this. I think there's a movement back towards it, and a movement back towards the land, and a movement back towards self-sufficiency. But guys, if you have kids or grandkids, get out there, go cut a load of firewood. Just go get a load of fire. If you haven't cut a load of firewood, there's a place, go on Facebook Marketplace, you'll find firewood. Go get a load of firewood, load it up, stack it with your family. Teach that young man, teach that young woman how to stack a row of firewood without it toppling over. Teach yourself if you've never done it. But I tell you, we have an epidemic of depression in this country, and I think a lot of it is brought on by children and young people not developing a work ethic and learning to be proud of themselves. How many children do you guys know, young people, I don't want to say children, but young people anywhere from age 6 to age 26, how many do you know that struggle with depression that have gotten up a load of firewood? How many do you know? And I'm going to tell you right now, doing this kind of stuff is a family bonding experience. And when a child or a young person can look back at the end of the day and see what they've built and see what they've done and see that pile of wood, it's something much more rewarding than getting the highest score on whatever video game it is that they're doing or watching TikTok. You know, that's what I try to provide here with the channel is, and Austin, this is why I started doing what I do. This is your virtual farm for people that don't have a farm, and for people that don't have the opportunity to get out here and do this stuff. This is a virtual opportunity, and I do think that I'm on my soapbox right now, but I think you need to get out and you need to get a rake in that kid's hand. You need to get a shovel in that kid's hand, and you need to teach them the value of work and work ethic and the value of looking back at something and being proud of it. You know, we don't get that anymore.
Amen. Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah. And, honestly, that was how I started off. My sister and I, starting from a very young age, that was what we would do with mom and dad on the weekends, and especially in the fall time, when it's time to harvest firewood in New England. And, and that eventually, I left home 18, went off to college, joined the Army, served for 8 years. And when I was getting ready to get out, my dad had invented, the log ox. He had gotten a patent on it. And right around the same time I was getting out of the Army, he's a chemical engineer, but he'd gotten the company he worked for got bought out by a foreign company, and they laid a bunch of people off. He was one of them, unfortunately. And fortunately, looking back on it, right? So it's like out of crisis comes opportunity, right? So, but he had this idea, and it was a fall time, and I was getting ready to ETS, which end your time in service, and I went home in the fall time, and I was like, hey, let's go do some firewood because it's that time of year. And I was down there, and he's like, hey, check out this tool. And at the time, it was just flat. It was flat metal. It was really kind of a rough prototype. He's like, man, I've been working with this over the past year or so, really thinking getting this refined. And I was just using even that prototype, loading this log split. I was like, Dad, where the heck was this when I was a kid loading this log split? He's like, well, you left, so I had to figure out a better way to load this thing so I'm not hurting my own back. So anyway, so he invented that, and I said, Dad, I think there's a business in this, man. Oh, there you go. Yeah. Perfect.
Dude, this needs to come with one of these.
Yeah, that's perfect.
You need
right on.
Yeah, this needs to come with one of these for sure.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that one's not quite long enough, but it'll do.
Yeah. Okay. Right on. But anyway, yeah, no, I mean, but it was around that idea, Josh, and what you're saying is spot on. You know, there's no better bonding, you know, for a family to go out and do some hard work together. You know, and if you're living in an area where you know you don't have that, I highly encourage people to look these up. Things called wood banks that are out there where volunteers get together. It's a big wood yard and split up firewood for their neighbors and provide. It's just like a food bank, but with firewood to keep people, you know, warm throughout the winter. So
Yeah.
you know, it's just like people go and volunteer at a food bank or a soup kitchen. That's all well and good. But you want to get some workout and get out in the fresh air. Definitely check that out too if you don't have the access to, you know, firewood around where you live.
I've never heard of that. That's really
Yeah,
cool. So,
yeah. There's a lot of them up here in the Northeast. I know, and we've donated tools to them and stuff in the past, and you know, worked volunteered some of them ourselves. And so I imagine that there's probably some around your neck of the woods too. But yeah, it's vital because I mean, you know, if you're you don't have firewood, you know, some of these folks and your house can freeze up. So
yeah.
it's just like a wood bank, same kind of idea.
Well, I live
And
in
hey,
a place.
thanks to the folks. I see Fix the Rust Bug and some other folks have dropped the link to our website in the chat.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. That's where you go to learn more about us and our tools and sign up for the wait list for this. So you'd be the first to know when it's ready to go.
Another huge shout out to Eternity. Thank you so much. $9.99 super chat. If you guys are on Facebook and you're leaving Facebook stars, thank you all so very much. I don't know if you guys know it or not, but when you donate to the channel, 50% of that goes to a charity. Most of the time we do a charity drive at the bottom of most videos. And typically it's to, oh gosh, I'm spacing it out right now. I try to give to 4-H every year. I think it's super important. FFA I try to give to, and also St. Jude's. St. Jude's is super important. How horrible would that be? I don't have any kids. Austin, you just had your first kid. You have two now?
Third kid.
Third? What?
Yeah, a 5-year-old, a 5-year-old, a 2-year-old, and an 8-month-old.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you're 63, right?
Yeah, I feel like it sometimes. That's for sure.
Have you figured out the log ox kid hauler where you could just scoot down and pick up your kid with one hand?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe put him in a wood ox sling and carry him around.
They frown on that in civilized countries, I guess.
I think so. I think you could probably get away with a wood ox sling carrying him around. That would be pretty low impact.
Yeah.
I remember you put your dog in one of those in a wood ox sling.
I did.
You picture you're carrying around
in the sling.
Yeah, I better put it.
John R says firewood prices have risen in Rhode Island. $300 a cord delivered.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds about right. Man, you can't give firewood away around here. Move to North Carolina. Yeah. Move to North Carolina, man. You can't give it away. I got trees down all over the farm. I've got friends that burn wood, and I say, hey, man, I got a tree down. They want you to cut it, split it, and stack it for them. Sorry, not this idiot. No way.
Yeah, you can get a way around that too is if you have a log splitter, you want to put some elbow grease into it. You can get logs delivered a lot cheaper and buck it up yourself and then split it. So that $300 a cord usually for split stack seasoned hardwood.
Yep. Part of my business plan here on the farm, part of the way that I'm going to try to make money, my goal next year is to make $10,000 selling firewood. 10,000 is my goal. I'm going to build probably using your lumber over here. I'm going to build a little firewood stand that people can pull off the side of the road and pick up a bundle of firewood. I'm going to wrap firewood, tie it up, whatever, and then I'm going to sell little bundles of firewood. So hopefully we don't burn the trailer park down that's down the road, but I definitely want to. I'm going to start selling firewood.
Well, I'm glad you. Yeah, I'm sorry. There's a lag there. I'm glad you brought that up because that was one of the other kind of target audiences that we had in mind with this is sort of as I think Joe's calling it the sort of the prosumer, right? Of somebody who of looking to get into the firewood business. You'll see on this we've got it's actually a 14 horsepower Kohler engine in there now. The one we brought to the show in Ohio was an 8.5 horsepower one. But we've souped it up a little bit more. It's about a 4.7 second cycle time. So it's pretty darn fast.
This has a so it's got a battery in it. It's key start.
Yep.
You're totally, dude, you're brave being here for the first start of this machine, right? I
Yeah.
mean, what kind of guy stands by his product like that? Stands by a log splitter like that? I'm going to show you guys how the Logox works. Tell me the what you call this again? I just call it
It's a
log
yeah, it's a Logox hauler carrier. Yeah,
Logox hauler. So
Logox hauler. Yeah.
here, what I'm splitting today is sycamore. I had a sycamore tree down over on the backside of the farm, and this simply slips right over the log, and that's it. It just picks it right up. Turn it, and bam. So I didn't have to bend over to pick up that log. Got another one over here. What hurts your back isn't carrying something like this, like a suitcase. What hurts your back is, and we're all bad with body mechanics. And the older we get, the more those knees don't like to squat down and pick stuff up. So we end up picking it up with our back. And then the next thing you know, you're in the back surgeon's office because you got some ruptured disc or something silly like that. So
yeah, we actually, yeah, no, we have, you know, we did it, counted up the other day, and we've been in business since 2016, late 2016, and we've sold over 50,000 units during that time. And you know, so we got thousands of reviews on Amazon. It's the highest rated forestry hand tool on Amazon by far. Over 2,000 reviews there, about 4.8 stars. A lot more on our website too. And so we had a lot of, you know, kind of anecdotal people like, man, this saves your back, and you know, it's great. Your body feels better at the end of the day. So we're like, okay, well, how do we kind of quantify that? Like, how do you know, like, how can we actually figure this out? So we partnered up with a company, with Fairfield University School of Engineering. We had a contact over there, and we got in touch with one of the professors. And said, hey, would you like a project for your engineering students to test out this tool and use EEG technology and figure out how, you know, what is the actual reduction in back strain for using this compared to bending over and lifting up a log round and putting it onto a simulated log splitter. And so they're like, yeah, no, that's great. And so they went and tested out, used EEG technology, got them all wired up to measure the electrical output of the muscles. That's how they measured it, with comparing the two movements. And they found it was a 93% reduction in back strain and a 76% reduction in arm strain when you're doing that, compared to just lifting it by hand. So
they were able to quantify bending over and picking up a log, and this is a big log right here. Bending over and picking up a log versus
using the hauler.
I call it logoxing it.
Logoxing it, yeah, oxing it up there, yeah. No, they were. They hooked up their back muscles to the EEG technology. That, like I said, it measures how much with the actual electrical output of the muscle, so it can measure how much work essentially your muscles are doing. And then they published a study. It was peer reviewed and published in the Journal of Innovative Ideas in Engineering Technology, JIIET or something like that. So yeah, and we've got a link to that on our website and our blog. You can go check it out. But yeah, and then they also found, interestingly enough, when you were walking along with it, you'll probably notice there's less kind of strain on your legs. So they found it was actually an 89% reduction in strain on your quadricep when you're walking from point A to point B. And because you're not bending over to pick up the log round when you're doing it, stopping and stooping. Yeah, you're not stopping and stooping. It's actually 23% faster to move a log round from point A to point B. So when you're yarding out a lot of that wood, it goes a lot faster. And I usually put so we have a picaroon attachment for the handle. So I have a pick ox in one hand, one log round in one hand, and then the hauler in the other. I'll just walk them out. And so you've got kind of two for the price of one in terms of movement. So it's a lot faster too.
Awesome. Dave White, we're going to address your comment. Dave White's on Facebook. Dave says, this product is totally out of reach. Let me read it sarcastically. This product is so out of reach for the conventional homeowner. Brother, what do you have parked in your driveway? Okay. What do you mean? How do you know?
Which product?
Which product? Please elaborate. Which product? The log splitter or what?
Yeah, because I mean, with the Logox, you're actually replacing 5 different tools, right? So you're replacing a 40-inch cant hook, you're replacing a 21-inch cant hook, you're replacing your timber tongs, you're replacing your pulp hook, and the picaroon, which is the attachment that goes with it. You're replacing that as well. So it's kind of about, if you were to buy all of those different tools separately, you're talking about $500 worth of tools. Now, quality tools, I'll caveat it with that.
Yeah.
Not something you're going to get at Harbor Freight, but other quality American made tools. If you buy about, and then the benefit of it too is that it all fits into that, into a bag. You take it apart as you saw there, put it into a Carriox bag, and then just assemble what you need when you need it, and go from there. So it's not really portable too. I'll keep one in my truck along with my chainsaw, and you know,
Dave
it's
says
it's great to just
the
have with
log
you.
splitter. The log splitter is is totally out of reach for every homeowner. Dave, I want to ask you. We're going to have a conversation with Dave. Dave, what kind of vehicle do you drive? What kind of car do you drive? I'm just curious. What kind of car do you drive? Austin,
Matt Hamilton brings up a good point. They never even told us the price yet.
I know. Yeah, exactly. So
we got preemptive haters.
Austin, before I know nobody can hold you to this price. What is your price point goal? I guess.
Yeah.
What's your goal here? You started with a goal when you started making this. And we're gonna start it up and split some wood here in a second. What was your goal starting out with this, and how realistic has that goal? You're gonna have the price within the next couple of weeks, right? The total out the door price.
Yeah. So actually tomorrow morning, bright and early, we're going to have a design advisory board meeting, and getting it for sort of final round of feedback from Josh and the rest of the guys. And that's really gonna have a big impact on what we do. So we moved from having an 8.5 horsepower engine on this, because we wanted to have it go a lot faster. We wanted to be a lot more powerful, to a 14 horsepower Kohler engine, which is made in the United States, made up in Wisconsin. Because
Nice.
we wanted to have an American engine on this thing, not a made in China Honda, which a lot of people like Honda engines, but hey, we wanted to have an American made one where we're not going to have to worry about the supply chain. What's great also about Timberwolf is that they make their own cylinders. They make all of that in house. Yeah, everybody else buys that stuff, a lot of it overseas, but they buy it from other cylinder makers. Matt Tim is what part of the genius of what he's been doing over there has been just slowly but surely building up the capacity for all the stuff that's built in other places. It's got a regen valve on it, which is unheard of on some of these smaller engines. Typically, that's reserved for the larger wood processors. This thing has a regen valve that they're making in house. That's their own design. So they control the quality of it. They control the supply chain of it, and they're doing all that. So we've added and changed a lot of things. I think somewhere between the $5,000 to $5,500 range is kind of where we're shooting, and we're going to see tomorrow with the final round of feedback, and then incorporating that engineering into it, what the final price is going to be. I'd say it's around that neighborhood.
Nice. Pro Design said, let's do it. Let's do it. So we're going to do it. We're going to do it for you, buddy. He's like, I got to go to work, man. So, Austin, I've turned the choke on. Fuel on, right? Choke on. Fuel is on. It's got oil in it. Comes with oil in it, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. So yours is all souped up with all the hydraulic fluid, the oil, everything is already in it.
Okay.
When people receive it, because we're going to be shipping it through XPO, shipping regulations require that stuff be separate. So you'll get that in separate containers, but it's going to come with it. So you're not going to have to go hunt down some hydraulic fluid or something else like that.
Nice. I like it. Well, let's fire it up. Let's get it started.
All right.
So
it's got a turn, as Josh mentioned. It's got a turnkey start, which is nice, especially on a cold day. And then it's also got a backup. It's got a backup pull cord to it too, if you want to do it that way.
I'm gonna hit the key here. Oh, dude! Didn't tell me this thing had a cam in it. Blah, 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 blah. Okay.
They take it off the choke.
All right, Austin. Where's the throttle at?
It's right there next to the choke. Yeah, take it off take the choke off, and then the throttle's right next to it.
Okay. thing moves, man. Holy
Yeah, it
cow.
cooks, huh?
Oh,
Yeah.
that thing, I mean, it's like, it is fast, super
Yeah.
fast. Let me show you guys a little design setup that Austin's put on here. It pre-splits. Tell me what that's called. It
It's a
hits
step
that
wedge.
first. What's it called?
It's called a step wedge, and what that does is it breaks the moment of inertia on that log, so it gets the split going. And
Gotcha.
so even for much larger rounds, that's a Timberwolf, kind of unique to Timberwolf and the splitters that they make, but we incorporated that into the design for sure.
Nice.
Yeah,
Man, that thing moves. This thing
that
moves
cook. Yeah,
quick, very
yeah,
quick.
yeah.
The motor doesn't really grunt. Hi,
Uh
everybody.
oh. You gotta take a tour of the bottom part of it. Okay, there we go.
Boy, that was a good one. That took my phone case and everything. Check it out.
Oh man.
Oh, yeah, America. We
There you
break
go.
stuff around here. That's what I do.
Yeah.
That's what you want your YouTuber to do, is break stuff.
There you go.
Uh,
Well, now you got it in hand. You can take them on a tour. You can take them on a tour of it and show them,
yeah,
show them
yeah,
around the splitter.
sure
There you go.
sure can, real quick. Oh, let me slide out the end here. Okay, I'm 237 pounds, and the end handled me just fine. So
Yeah.
there's your engine. There's your Kohler quad clean. Fuel shut off, throttle, key. Just for giggles, brother, let me turn the key on and let's try the pull start. Yep.
Didn't seem to be too hard for you.
No, that's great. It pulls really, really easy. So
Mm-hmm.
I would say it's grandma pull.
Yeah.
So nice big hydraulic tank right here. Timber
Yeah.
Ox, American-made log splitters, made in the USA. Got a grease point somewhere in there, evidently. Handle, really cool. So the split function, you mash it till it splits, and it's a safety thing that you have to hold the handle till it splits, and then when it returns, you just simply slap that valve, and then once it hits the end back here, that valve pops back up. So
Yeah.
nice
Yeah.
big-
No,
how
I
many
saw a
times
mention of an auto. Yeah, I saw a mention of auto retract on there. I know some splitters do that.
Yeah.
What we like with ours, just as a safety feature with it, as you mentioned, you basically just tap it and it'll trip it as you're moving forward, and it'll auto retract there. But we want that to be intentional. We don't want anything to be moving and then automatically the machine takes over and moves it one way or another. We don't want to, so that's a safety feature that we've incorporated in there. So it's kind of the best of both worlds, because you don't have to hold on to it and push it back. So you can be, you basically just knock it and it'll retract backwards, okay, while you're moving around those split pieces anyway.
Nice.
And as you saw there, one of the things about this machine, and I saw you had to put your hauler on the ground there. We're going to be incorporating a place to put your hauler on the machine itself, so you
Okay.
never have to put the hauler on the ground. We sell hauler holsters, but we
Yeah.
want to incorporate that into the design of the machine. So that's going to be on the final version too. But as you saw on there with the table, what's really unique about this is the table, and that folding table you got folded out right now. That folds flat, allows it to fit onto the pallet, but also is great for storage. So you're not going to be taking up much room in your garage with this thing or wherever you're storing it. Yeah,
Just so you guys know,
sure.
you
There
just
you go.
lift up and do that number there, and then that guy folds down, and it's out of the way.
Mhm. Yep.
So I guess the guy could back his pickup right up to that.
Well, so you see him below that because you haven't had a chance to put the tow bar on. The tow bar can go on either side, right? So
Okay,
if you've made yourself a great wall of firewood, you can bring that tow bar around to the other end, and it can go on either side. You can pull it away from your pile of firewood you got there.
Nice. Let's do that. Let's so you can put the tow bar in the front, or you can put the tow bar in the rear.
Right.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And we recommend when you're hauling it, having it be in the front there. It's more stable that way. So yeah.
Cool. Nice. I might, Austin. Let's give him some feedback here, guys.
Yeah. Well, I was about to say with the table, what's nice about that you saw when you were doing it is that firewood's not falling off. right?
Right.
So with a
Yeah.
typical I-beam, everything, if you're, especially if you're a one-person operation, you got it goes through, then it falls off, and then you got to go walk over and pick up the pieces that are on the ground, put them back up, resplit them, whatever. It just sort of stays there while you're continuing to recut, and you can kind of move it around, and then just slide it back and forth. You're not having to lift it, because you see a lot of grates that they have out there where there'll be like 2 or 3 inches of dip,
Yeah.
but below it, and you have to kind of pick it up off the and over the lip.
Yeah.
So with
You just
this, you're just
slide it.
kind of just sliding it around. Yeah, yeah.
Is
So
there, have you taken into consideration a multi-head that would slide over top of this?
actually there's supposed to have been a four-way wedge that was supposed to come with it for
With,
yours.
yeah,
I guess
hold
I
on to
think
my.
maybe it's under there somewhere. But yeah, there's a slide-on free-floating four-way wedge that you can either have a 4-inch split that comes out, or you flip it over and it's a 6-inch split for some of the smaller stuff.
Gotcha.
And that
I
again,
tell
it
you,
slides right over. Yep.
if you do have a four-way wedge for this thing, it needs to have stowability. Like you need to be able to stow it under there, so you
Mhm.
can take it off and stow it. Also, you were saying for the front of the machine here, you really want to tow it with the front. I think a sticker up front right here that says
Mm.
"tow from front only"
That's a good point. I like
would
that.
be a good idea.
Yeah, I
Just a
like
little
that.
sticker right there.
Hmm. This
Jack,
way forward.
how balanced is it? I haven't lifted it up to see how balanced it is. Um, we're gonna break it real quick. It's hung under there. I can't see how balanced it is yet. It's stuck in with.
Yeah, it balances. Yeah, it balances pretty nicely, especially from the front.
Gotcha. Well, your fuel tank's back here, or your not your
Mhm.
fuel tank, your hydraulic tank's back here.
Right,
Not a lot of weight up front, so yeah, I could
right,
see
right.
um, pretty well centered. I'm sure you guys thought of all that too.
And
Huge
yeah,
hydraulic.
no, yeah, there it is. Yeah, big hydraulic tank to be able to handle that 14 horsepower engine, and and the high and
Oh, dude,
the hose.
the other
Yeah,
guy's
go
here.
ahead.
Matt here. When you want to bring Matt in?
Oh yeah, no, bring him on in.
Yeah. Matt, are you
He
watching
can
us,
talk
Matt?
to all this.
I don't know
Yeah,
if Matt's watching us. Yeah, let's see here. Bam. Add the stage.
there he is.
Matt, you're on board, brother.
All right, how's it going?
It's going pretty good. Where are you at? Are you at Buc-ee's?
I'm at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin for the Great Lakes Logging Expo starts tomorrow.
Oh, Lambeau Field. Awesome. Who plays at Lambeau Field?
It's the Packers.
Oh. You can tell I'm a farmer, not a football fan. Duh. That's funny, man. I'm going to turn the camera around real quick here. I think I'm going to turn the camera around. Matt, we've never met. I'm Josh, aka Stony Ridge Farmer on YouTube, and we have been having a blast unboxing your partnership product here, the Timber Ox. Do you have a Timber Ox up there with you?
No, we're gonna have them at Paul Bunyan Days in first weekend in Ohio.
Nice. That's in Ohio?
Yeah, southeast Ohio.
Yeah, down in
Might have to
Cambridge.
come up there. Yeah, that'd be fun. Cool. Well, we were gonna. How long you been waiting for us there?
What's that though?
Have you been waiting a bit for us?
A few minutes. I caught in a little late. I was delayed driving up here, so.
Oh yeah, it's all good, brother. It's all good. Well, Austin went around this thing. It's good to have everybody here. I want to ask you guys one thing. What was the biggest challenge with creating this log splitter right here?
I guess packaging to make it as compact as it was with that much power and the big hydraulic hoses. I think that was the most challenging part.
Yeah, being able to fold it up and package it and ship it like that.
Yeah, to make it easy to ship, and then once you have it, to be able, get it in your shop kind of out of the way when you're not using it. That was kind of the whole design goal. Plus, easy resplitting, that work table. It's kind of all work together a little bit on that.
Gotcha. Matt, tell everybody who you are, what company you represent, and what's your position there? What's your title?
Well, I'm the owner of Timberwolf Firewood Processing Equipment. We're out of Central New York. We make firewood processors, wood splitters, and conveyors. Known the people at Log Ox, John, Lynn, and Austin for nearly a decade now, actually. So we've been excited to finally work together on a project like this.
Nice. We got a question from Matthew. He says, how heavy is it?
As it sits on that, once it's off the pallet, it's just around 1,000 pounds.
Okay, gotcha. Awesome. Well, we split some wood. This thing is a beast. That cylinder moves, buddy. Oh my goodness. It's the fastest splitter I've ever used. It is, and I've got one in here also in the shop right here. That's the fastest splitter I've ever used. So, kudos to you. What's the cylinder? How many tons is that cylinder?
It's a 4-inch cylinder, so it works out to be 38,000 pounds. So is that 19?
Uh-oh, we lost him. He's probably scratching his head, man. Uh-oh. So it's 19 tons-ish.
Yeah.
Yep, we lost him. You might have dropped.
I'm back.
All right, good deal.
Modern technology, it's an amazing thing, but sometimes it doesn't work so well.
No. Try doing what I do, man.
I can imagine.
But yeah, but Josh, that's a true 19 ton. Dude. We're not doing the old sort of bait and switch of a lot of log splitter companies out there who will give you the tonnage going forward and backwards, add the two together, and say, hey, it's a 34 ton.
Makes sense.
So that's where you actually care about where it's actually pushing through. So that's all 19 tons.
Nice. Well, I thank you guys so much for coming in. Matt, I'm sorry you were kind of a little bit late to the show here. But I really want to thank you guys all for coming in, and hopefully, Matt, I think you're going to come to the farm here with Austin. Is that right?
Yeah, late September. I'm not sure if the date's solid yet, but that's the plan.
Okay. Do you, we'll definitely have the refrigerator well stocked. Let's take you guys around. I don't know if Austin, have you seen some of the timber frame stuff we got going on here on the farm?
Yeah, not in person, but that's pretty impressive what you're building there, man.
Yeah, so we've got this is going to be a barn dominium home right here. This will be my front door. This is a
barn dominium. I love it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
This is timber frame Douglas fir out of Oregon. And we built this with Carolina Barn Builders. And then the showpiece of the centerpiece of the entire farm. And you guys are going to see my view in a second too. But this is the centerpiece of the entire farm right here. This is the outdoor kitchen, timber frame. I'm all about wood. I grew up in the timber industry, guys. We're in the furniture capital, what used to be the furniture capital of the world here, Martinsville, Virginia. Hooker, Bassett Furniture, Ridgeway Clock, all that stuff is here. And my family used to be in the furniture industry. And this is the outdoor kitchen where we might have some evening beverages. And that's the view.
That looks awesome.
Yeah, great, man. It's great. So, well, Matt, it's good to meet you. Austin, thanks so much for jumping in here.
Thanks for having us. Yeah.
You guys come to visit. This is not the final version of this log splitter, guys. Once these guys come back by, we're gonna do some updates. We got some brainstorming to do tomorrow. We're gonna talk a little bit about things and make the best log splitter money can buy. Hopefully, be awesome.
Yeah, no, thanks so much for having us. I saw one of the comments there, somebody asking about a hydraulic lift and some of the other versions and options that we're going to have. That is something we're going to be looking at rolling out as a version with a hydraulic lift. So as you saw the table there, it's flat. There's no cradle there to be able to catch a large 300, 400 pound log that you can lift up on there. And just as a matter of safety, we didn't feel right putting a log lift on this version of it. So that's why this is the RS version. We're going to try to create an HD version that's going to have that capability, and to be able to accommodate a log lift on it. So for folks who are asking about that, and I saw somebody else asking how long we've been in business. Been in business since 2016 when we first came together as a company.
Yep. Michael's been asking that for a half hour, man. Sorry, Michael. I thought you saw it when he was talking earlier. So, well, I'm going to say goodbye to you guys, but I'm going to stick around and talk to the viewers for a little bit longer. Want to thank you guys so much for coming in, and we will see you soon on the Stony Ridge Farm. I can't
Look
wait.
forward to it.
Take you guys around and show them some of the equipment, some of the cool stuff we got going on here. We got a skid steer out, all kinds of fun toys.
Right on. I'll have to catch the rest of that. All right. Hey, thanks. Appreciate it, brother.
Thanks.
See you guys.
Right,
Thanks so much.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right. What do you guys think of that? Do you like that kind of live stream? This is the first time I've had 2 guests on the live stream. Yeah, that's fun. That's really, really fun. I wouldn't be walking around with my camera like this, but I broke my my gimbal. You guys want to do a little walkabout in the shop? You want to see some of the stuff that's going on in the shop, kind of behind the scenes here? I've still got to build out the tool area. We got to get the lights wired up. There's so much going on, but do you guys want to walk around in the shop, give a quick shop tour? There's 200 of you in here. If you all hit the like button right now, we'll do it. We got 113 likes and 222 of you in here. So hit that like button. I want to see these numbers go up. Come on. For sure. There it is. They're going up. They're going up. All right. I'm going to turn the camera around. We're going to take a little walkabout through the shop, guys, and we'll show you guys what's going on and talk to you a little bit about some future stuff that's going on here on the farm. This is the equipment yard, and it is a mess right now. That's a cast loader right over there. Buddy is still hunting the groundhog. Did you get him, boy? Come here. Come here. You a good boy? Buddy's feeling so much better. Buddy's had hip troubles for the last little bit. Hey, bud. Good boy. Go get the possum. Go get him. Go get him. This is Peanut, the little skid steer. And this is the new mowing deck, the Tri-L Precision Manufacturing mowing deck that I did a video on last week. Great stuff. That Fix-It guy's in the house. Awesome. Guys, check his channel out. He's a cool dude. I was in the Air Force with him. This is Peanut, the little Gale RT210. Great machine, full of fuel, ready to go. Going to be mowing tomorrow. This is my Honda Foreman 500, the one that I ride the very most. This is the one I use every day on the farm. I also have the Ventrac tractor here. We're going to go in the shop. Race cars right there too. We're going to show you that in a second. Love this little Ventrac. I use this probably more than any machine on the farm. It's got more hours on it than any machine on the farm. This is the Honda Pioneer 1006. Very, very nice. This does not belong to me. It is a borrowed machine right from Honda. And we've got a surprise coming in the next few weeks, and we'll take you guys and show you that surprise. This is my little Nerdmobile. This is Orangey. And Orangey has some mechanical problems. We're going to be fixing that soon. In the shop, we've got the Yodacorn. It's up on the lift right now. We're going to walk you guys in here. The service is not the best in the shop, just so you know. I've got my Toro zero turns here. This is the Yodacorn Toyota pickup. That's the cleanest Toyota pickup you'll ever see. It's a 1988. This is my Kubota RTV X1140. It's a 4-seater RTV. Tucked away in here, I've got a meat cutting saw for the butcher shop project that's coming soon. I've got a Genie lift because look how tall this is. This is 24 feet high, so I have to have a Genie lift to get up and change light bulbs. Woodmax wood chipper. My awesome Tar River spreader. We've got fencing projects coming very soon. I've got some live edge lumber sitting over here. This is for the outdoor kitchen. This is all wild cherry live edge lumber right off the Wood-Mizer sawmill. So this is a Wood-Mizer. Check out what's behind the Wood-Mizer. What do you guys see? If you're new to the channel, you may not have seen this before, but this is a 1968 Bronco that my dad won in a poker game back in the 80s. Quote unquote, allegedly won in a poker game back in the 80s. It drives, but it runs pretty rough. It's really rusty, but that's a restoration project for the future. We have also Popcorn the Willis Jeep over here. If you guys are old school to the channel, there's the Willis Jeep. The engine is on a crate over here, and I've got to get it back together. Got the Honda right there, Honda Rubicon. Now you see all this stuff in here, guys. You have to understand that I create video content. That's my primary source of living here, okay? So that's why you see all this stuff. A normal person doesn't have this much stuff, okay? I don't want this much stuff. This is the Massey Ferguson 240 tractor, and it has a bad injection pump. Same thing that was wrong with the Ford tractor you guys saw in a previous video. There's the injection pump, Miss Pac-Man. Race car, okay? I came up on a steal on this thing. The engine's worth more than I paid for it. This is not a drivable unit for very long. The tires are flat. I've got a lot of work to get done on this thing. We're going to get it running and driving where we can enjoy it, run it, zipping around the farm, doing donuts and playing with it. And then I'll probably sell it. Either that or I'll start my own NASCAR team. Very doubtful. Where is it going to be sold at? What? The race car? I don't know. Dude, that'll be 5 years from now. This is the Ford 2910 that you guys saw me work on not too long ago. I forgot to push that back. We need to keep that closed. It runs great. The bush hog on the back of it, not in the best of shape. I'm probably going to sell that to my neighbor. He's been asking about a spare bush hog. This is a garage. So I built this. This is what we call the mega shop. I built this shop specifically for the farm and for my living quarters. So from that beam this way is going to be my home. So like this, you'll walk in the front door. All the doors are open right now. I need to get them all closed up. But you'll walk in. This will be the front door. It's going to have the cabiny feel right here as you walk in. My farm office is going to be right here. There'll be a wood stove. Little music room. In the back, there's going to be a butcher shop. And upstairs, you can see the windows. We'll do a wraparound deck. And that'll be my home. And this is the timber frame front porch. And that is the timber frame outdoor kitchen. We're going to be doing a lot of cooking videos. Let's take you over here and show you the coolest grill I've ever seen in my life. And that's the reason we have it here. This is called the Gather Grill. If you guys have not seen this video, gathergrill.com, I think, Gather Grill or gathergrills.com right here. This is a Lazy Susan and a grill. It's Gather Grills, just so you know. This is designed to serve up to like 130 people. I like to do some cooking. I like to have friends over. It's also a Lazy Susan and doubles as patio furniture, and you can take a section out right here, and that's where you would go in and cook. So it's got a griddle on it, a griddle as well as a grill. And I cook with firewood. Very, very cool. Very, very cool. Did your sunflowers ever come up? Yep, they've come up and they've just about gone by the wayside. Yep, we built these all on the channel. So, yep, sure did. This is the view, and this is sunset here in north central North Carolina. Way cool. Guys, I really want your feedback. I really want to know if you want to continue to do Wednesday night live streams throughout the winter. It takes a little bit of work. It takes a little bit of time on my part to do this, but I really enjoy connecting with you guys. You are 100% the reason why this farm is here. You guys are 100%. Me creating the content around building a farm, me creating the content around the entire setup here. I've just met so many wonderful people, and I'm so blessed to be able to do something that I love. I dreamed of starting a farm. That's how all this started. I watched some people on YouTube, believe it or not, and I dreamed of starting a farm, and I had no idea 8 years ago that I would be here doing this with you wonderful people. I just want to thank you guys all so much. I enjoy doing these live streams. If you'd like to see more, please post it down there in the comments. I'm going to give you a homework assignment. There's 239 of you. Go over, if you're on the main YouTube channel, and subscribe to the Cows and Coffee live stream channel. We're going to be doing live streams, multiple live streams every week over there with the cows. I know on the main YouTube channel, you see a lot of gear and equipment and tool reviews, but if you want some more of the animals and you want some more of the real farm, I say the real farm, it's all the real farm, but if you want some more day-to-day stuff, go right now to Cows and Coffee or over on Facebook and follow us on Facebook. If you're on Facebook now and you're watching, click that follow button, and everybody hit that share button. Share this stuff with like-minded people. Love to have you back here on the farm. It's my pleasure to share my life, my dream with you guys. You've seen the farm start. You've seen the farm grow. You've seen me go through relationship struggles. I am dating again. You've seen a wife come and go and come and go and come and go. And she's not coming back, just so you guys know. So that's it. Thank you guys so much. Thank you. Reach over, pat yourself on the back. I really appreciate you so much. You are the reason why I'm able to do this. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So blessed. Guys, have a wonderful day. Be safe the rest of the week. We've got some great content coming out for you tomorrow morning. And if you sign up for the Cows and Coffee, just go click subscribe. It don't cost nothing. Click it. You'll see us live in the morning moving the cows. All right. I got to pack up before it gets dark. Take care, guys. See you next time. Woo!